Ian Andre Roberts. He is, at the beginning of the week, he is that poor guy that ICE is just going in. Here he is, the superintendent of schools for Des Moines Public Schools. He is well known. He is well qualified. He's an upstanding member of our community, and ICE just comes in, guns a-blazing, wearing masks, no indication of even who they are, and they just take him.
Yeah, I've read that. I love, a sleepy city is moved to protest for a beloved superintendent detained by ICE.
Was that one of the headlines?
That was NBC News headline.
Oh my God!
Several dozen
Sleepy
students
city.
gathered at the state capitol calling for his release, holding signs reading "Radical Empathy," a tagline he frequently used.
Oh my gosh!
I love that. During rush hour, people displayed a banner from a bridge over the interstate reading "Free Dr. Roberts." Dozens of cars honked. And, when cars honk, you know it's a real cause.
No. And, that's showing your support. I'm willing to honk.
That was the main thing that happened in Nazi Germany. Yeah. When the SS would roll into town, there'd be a bunch of people honking in protest. And that's how you knew they were Nazis. There was a walkout of students. And then you had Jackie Norris, who is a former Michelle Obama aide.
Yeah,
she's kind of in the middle of this. She says... she wants to, it's fitting to take a page out of Dr. Roberts' book and ask the community to engage in radical empathy. They kept saying this over and over again. As we walk through this situation together, we do not have all the facts. During his time with our district, he has shown up in ways big and small. And that's definitely true. That one definitely.
That was true. First of all, I'm not sure he is a doctor. I mean, I know now what we have found out during the week is he played doctor a lot in many ways, in the, the way you play doctor and the way that you just I graduated from MIT. I got my doctorate here, and here. I mean, listen to the guy. Let's see here. His credentials. First of all, he was at the Sloan School of Management from MIT, got an MBA from MIT. Then he also attended Harvard and Georgetown. He got his doctorate degree from Baltimore's Morgan State University. And there was another one, too, I believe, that he went to. The deal, he didn't go to any of those schools. And he didn't have any of that. He came over from Ghana and overstayed his visa, was here illegally. Under the Biden administration, he was ordered to be deported. Under the Biden administration. I mean, that's a pretty high bar you have to cross to be deported by Joe Biden. But he wasn't, because, they're not just going to go out and get this guy. I mean, and he was busy. He had a lot of things that he was working on. A lot of them seem to be women. He was up doing his DEI, school board thing in Pennsylvania. And apparently he was caught having sex with a female coworker on school property in his role as superintendent, who was being a bad girl. The people up in Pennsylvania described him as a sketchy figure and a pathological liar. And they felt that he had been hired there because of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, when he went to Des Moines, it's another, DEI. He became the DEI guy. And, people up in Pennsylvania said, I'm not sure he's a legal resident. And they ignored that because nobody wanted to see it. Up in Pennsylvania, nobody wanted to see because of DEI. Everybody was just like, when he went to Des Moines, same thing. He's a pathological liar. He just told this person that he's married and has 3 kids. This person, he told he has no kids and he's not married. I mean, he's a pathological liar. He would lie about almost everything. But when they would bring it up, again, everybody in power would say, how dare you? racist. I can't believe. They ignored everything that they had said. Okay? He hasn't been legally here since 2020. He was arrested by ICE on September 26th. Why? Well, because he knew he was going to be deported, and he was found hiding in bushes. Oh, my gosh, how degrading for him. How degrading for him. Well, the school-owned vehicle that he was driving contained a fixed-blade hunting knife. I'm not sure if he was a big hunter or not. A loaded Glock 19 firearm, and $3,000 in cash. Now, how did this illegal get a Glock, especially since he had already been arrested in 2020 for possessing an illegal firearm? Did he not care about the law? Stu, did he not care about the law? Is that what happened there?
Some people are saying that, but in reality, we don't really know if it was an illegal firearm because since he was illegal, all firearms he would have would be illegal. There's no path to unless you're, I guess,
but
maybe in Gavin Newsom's California.
Is a legal firearm possessed by an illegal then because of the double negative? I'm not a school superintendent. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Does it cancel it out and suddenly everything is legal?
Yeah. That was one of those, PBS Scholastic songs about that. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
The double negative cancels your crime out. Yeah, I remember that song.
That's right. Yeah. Apparently, when he was up in Mill Creek as the superintendent up in Pennsylvania, he was caught having sex, blah, blah, blah. The school district was inundated. I'm quoting, inundated by lawsuits, forced to pay out over $400,000 in sex discrimination settlements because he was promoting less qualified women over more deserving men, apparently. That's part of it. And, I think the sex thing with everybody was also a problem. They were in the process of negotiating a $250,000 settlement with Melody Ellington, because she apparently was fired for constructive discharge.
That
sounds
that's
like
not
something
real. That can't be real.
No, it sounds like something that you go see your doctor about. I think I have some constructive discharge here. Constructive discharge. I didn't know what that was. I had to look that one up. It applies to, I'm quoting, applies to situations when a resignation is involuntary. Okay. Resignation is involuntary. That means you're being fired, I think. When your resignation is involuntary due to a hostile or intolerable work environment.
Right. Well, it could be like getting pressured into quitting, right? I mean, I think the seeming accusation here is that he was trying to get rid of her for some other reason other than her job, which, again, considering all the other accusations against him, we can guess what this revolved around.
But does constructive discharge sound like some sort of PC thing that doesn't tell you anything?
Yes, it does. Yes. It just sounds like a bunch of nonsense. But if you think about it, it's like, you're getting rid of somebody for some reason that is, constructed, right? It's that, what was the term you used the other day? The false construct, and you were like, I can't listen to anybody.
Me being fired, my resignation is a false construct.
Right.
Yeah, that it is.
And by the way, that particular settlement, which was $250,000, a lot of money. I mean, you wouldn't want to hire someone who's in the middle of that. That was being settled right at the time he was getting the job in Des Moines. Like, it was in the middle of the settlement when he was like, I'm going to go to Des Moines and go to a bigger city and get a bigger job.
So my question is, how did he get this job? I mean, there is serious corruption in the vetting in Des Moines and, quite honestly, Mill Creek. Now, Mill Creek, this is the one up in Pennsylvania. Mill Creek said they followed a vetting and search process by a recruitment firm, Ray & Associates. And the recruitment company didn't respond to the request for, information from, journalists like us. But the school district said we received all clearances, including an FBI background check prior to Robert serving as superintendent. No disqualifying events were identified. Okay. Well, that's weird because he had charges against him, of illegal possession of a firearm that you would think schools would go, oh, that is a problem. But here's the thing. Ray and Associates, now this may mean nothing, but methinks there's something rotten in Minnesota. This Ray and Associates that did all the vetting on this guy is from Minneapolis. And it just could be my bias on what's happening in Minneapolis and how Minneapolis is being run and how Minnesota is being run. So I don't know anything about Ray and Associates, but we will soon. We will be looking into them. It's just this whole system of corruption. How do you hire somebody like this? How do you clear somebody like this? The people in Des Moines, he shouldn't be the only one that's gone here. Who vetted him? Who hired him?
Well, I love the story of our friend Jackie Norris, because, if you remember, former Michelle Obama aide was out there saying, we need to show radical empathy. All this, sure. and then all this stuff comes out, and you think, okay, she's got to be in hiding? She's probably resigned. Like, there's this really embarrassing.
They knew.
Well, what is she actually doing right now? She's running for U.S. Senate, because of course she's running for U.S. Senate. Right? What better way to qualify you for a Senate run than this particular scandal?
None of this stuff matters to the left. None of this matters to the left. This is why you must be a merit-based society. Because if you're just going to say, well, DEI, he's good at DEI, which apparently he wasn't good at DEI. He's good at that. And you know what? We need a hire that has his, he's an immigrant. He's black. He apparently is very, very sexy. He's got all these degrees. Well, does he have all those degrees? Pathological liar. You just hired him because he's settling a lawsuit for sex discrimination and you still hire him. What is it? Because it doesn't matter. The crime doesn't matter. His past doesn't really matter. Whether he went to these schools or not doesn't matter, because he's going to help us on this, the DEI thing. Until America comes to a place to where they can recognize this is all a sham, and you actually have to have real standards based on real merit, this is going to continue to happen. And until people like Michelle Obama's, what is her name and what state is she running for?
In Iowa, for Jackie Norris is her name.
And she's running for Senate in Iowa. In Iowa, you're going to get exactly what you deserve. Unfortunately, so will the rest of us, because she's running for U.S. Senate. But you're going to get exactly what you deserve until you start saying, wait a minute. How did this happen? Who hired this person? And fire all of the people involved in this, and fire all the people. There were teachers. There were people on the school board. Apparently, they were all saying, hey, something's wrong here. We should check into this. Those people should be elevated, and the people who told them, shut up and sit down, those people should be fired. That's what common sense Iowa people would have done when common sense actually existed. Does it exist in Iowa anymore? We'll see.